Well, we stumbled in our game, but that is okay because if we stumbled, Barcelona tripped over its own 2 feet and fell flat on its face, and that is absolutely positively good news for us. My name's FM20. It's time to get Réal. So we totally screwed up against Eibar. We drew them 2-2 though, and it was just one of those games where they equalized in the 76th minute, and we had 3 more yellow cards. We were pretty even. They had 16 shots, 12 on target. We had 14 and 10. We had more clear-cut chances. They had more half chances. We had a much better possession advantage, but we still just could not get it done. For whatever reason, Slimanu started the game at 91%, and at halftime he was down to like 67. So I took him off. You know, we didn't play exactly our strongest 11 because I wanted to save them for this game coming up. But the good news is that Barcelona absolutely muffed it against Deportivo. They lost 1-0 to a Pires goal in the 94th minute. Holy cow, did they get completely FM'd. But I'll take it. You know, it's one of those cases where it didn't happen to me, so I'm all on board for that. In the meantime, we also got the board to start building us new youth facilities and new training facilities. I'm still trying to get the junior coaching increased, and I think if we start doing that, my youth intake should start improving. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how much more time we have left in the save. I mean, we won La Liga. If we win Champions League, it's over. It's middle of August right now, so September, October is when 21 is coming out. I mean, I guess we could play until 21 comes out. We'll see what happens. So that said, we've got Juve coming up, and then Osasuna. We need to beat Juve, or at least draw with them. And we need Galatasary to step against Leipzig. I just don't think that's going to happen. So we need to beat Juve is what we need to do. So I'm going to double check my best 11, set the reserves. I'm going to come back for that match here in just a bit. Well, both Augusto and Malo are back, but Augusto is still not completely match fit. But he's getting the start today, though. So we got Seferovic in goal, Krmistevic, Uche, and Furstein as the defensive back, for Augusto and Malo in the midfield, Tollison and Israel as the advanced midfielders, Roberto and Maria up top as the strikers. And they're playing 2 DMs. God, George Hare, gee. This is the look you have on your face when you look over and realize you didn't hit record. And you just totally eked out an undeserved win and clinched a Champions League playoff spot because the team that's been performing so horribly in Galatasary drew with Leipzig. We beat Juve 1-0 thanks to a Maria goal in the 67th minute. Slimana got sent off on a straight red in the 82nd minute. The first half, there were absolutely no highlights. The second half, there were a ton of highlights. Most of them were unexciting or stopped. And then we had the Maria goal, which was very, very nice. And we totally eked out a win. It was by the skin of our teeth. It was 6 minutes of extra time. I thought for sure we were going to be completely FM'd, especially after Slimano got sent off. But that was not the case. The other thing that happened, we qualified for the first knockout round because Galatasary drew with Leipzig. So we've qualified. At the very least, we can finish second. We can't finish worse than that. Unless if Leipzig wins, they go to 11. If they draw, they go to 9. Juve goes to 10. And we're playing Galatasary. I don't know, there's too much math involved, and plus after freaking not recording this, I am completely hacked off. Oh, that is unflipping real. I haven't done that in ages. It's one of the reasons I got the second monitor too, and it's one of the reasons I adjusted the second monitor. Son of a flipping gun. Well, I'm going to save this, and you know what we're going to do? We are going to play Galatasaray. I'm going to play Osasuna and Zaragoza offline, and we're going to come back for the Galatasaray match. So I'm going to save this, and that's what we're going to do. And then I will play all the way through the end of January. That's when our Copa del Rey matches should come into play. We'll do a January transfer window roundup. And I will freaking probably write something in the reverse on my forehead that says, check and make sure you're recording. Jeez Louise. Definitely recording. So there comes that point in time where like your breath catches and your heart goes up your throat because you see like your best player injured. He's out for 2 weeks with pulled ankle ligaments. The kicker is he's been resting for a week. He was tired. And the coach said, hey, give him a rest. Him and Uche. So I rested him. And first practice back from being rested, he pulled his ankle ligaments. So, fun times. We had a productive couple of games. Osasuna is the last place team in La Liga. We absolutely thumped them 5-1, playing the 4-3-3. Maria, a brace of goals. Verdonk, a brace of goals. Kerma, a goal. Absolutely outclassed them. 25 shots, 18 on target. This game was just, frankly, it wasn't all that fun to watch. I mean, we just completely outclassed them. And then against Zaragoza, who are 7th in the league, as I'm clicking all over the place here, we beat them 1-0 thanks to a goal by Israel. I played my third formation here. It's a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder, simply because I had Maria out. I had Uche out. I could have played my 4-2-4 with like Hurst or Boyce or something like that, but I thought, you know what? My players fit this. And frankly, if I didn't have the striker duos I have, I'd play this a bit more often, but still, this was a solid game for 17 shots, 8 on target, 2 clear-cut chances, 2 half chances, a decent possession advantage, a huge possession advantage. Augusto, a player of the match. Israel, the very nice goal. And if things couldn't get any better, yes, I'm still recording, Barcelona got beaten by Villarreal. And as a result, we are now in first place by 2 points. And we have not lost this season. Oh, I totally said that out loud. Idiot. But anywho, we've got Galatasary coming up, and we're going to call this an episode. So let's get to that match here. Maria's out with the injury. Augusto is out because he had too many yellow cards. Slimano's out because he had the straight red. So we've got a very thin bench this game. It's our 4-2-4 course. Bates in goal. Kermit, Stevic, Uche, and Furstein as the defensive back four. Petrov and Malo as the midfielders. Tollefson and Israel as the attacking midfielders. Roberto and Verdonk up top as the strikers. They are playing a 4-2-2-2. Which Suarez is this? Luis Suarez. Good grief, how old is he? 35 years old. Physically, he's just not really doing it anymore. Musalthin, Malumbi, Wijnal. Wow. Older squad. Wind, I have no idea who this guy, Jonas Wind. Is 33 years old. Let's see, Copenhagen. Went to Real Madrid. They loaned him out. They sold him to Galatasary. I don't remember the name, but he obviously didn't play for Madrid all that long. He's had some good seasons at Galatasary, though. 23 goals in 23 games, 17 and 28, 21 and 28. Okay. So we need to keep an eye on him. And then Han Yun Tak. It's one of those cases where the face does not match the name. That is okay. Not a bad midfielder. Not a great midfielder, but not a bad midfielder. This could be interesting. I think we might be able to overwhelm them on the edges. We shall see what happens. So, of course, my assistant totally muffs the talk. Uche on the throw to Verdonk. Over to Israel. He gets by the defender. Centers it. Roberto's there, but he bounces it off the Galatasaray defender. Goes out for the high-end corner kick. Augusto. Or Israel, rather. Now it's knocked away. Wijnal. Zoom out a little bit here. Oh, gives the ball away. And the highlight ends. Grabara sends it forward, but it goes right to Furstein. He sends it up in space for Verdonk, who overruns the ball, but he gets it back. Roberto's there, and he heads it past Grabara for the goal. That was nice. Nice pass by Furstein into space for Verdonk to run up on it. Nice assist and header there, too. That was well struck. And they just picked up 3 quick yellow cards. Kerma on the throw, and Petrov back to Kerma, crosses it in. Oh, Verdonk couldn't get there. It's bang forwards towards Suarez, who heads it down, but goes right to Malo. Uche gets it to Stevic, out to Furstein. Over to Malo. Oh, he gives it away. Basri stepped in front of Tollison. Kerma's there for to get the ill-advised pass back. Roberto, baseline, tries the shot, bounces off the post, goes to Verdonk, who puts it far post because the keeper was on the near post. Holy cow. Kerma heads it down to Petrov. Long pass. Roberto can't get to it in time. Roberto tried taking the shot, I guess, but there was no way he was going to get that. The only place that ball was going to go was across the field like that. Stevic to Tollison. To Kerma. Up to Roberto. He tries shooting it again. Kerma to Roberto. To Tollison. Malo taps it off to Petrov, to Furstein, who's in the box. Israel back to Furstein, centers it to Roberto, and another header. Except that one was disallowed. Uche to Kerma. Verdonk is there. Totally bangs it off the crossbar and in for the goal. Hussein knocked it away, but Uche runs it down. Gets it to Kerma. Oh, that was lucky. The equipment helped us. Roberto. Oh, just wide right off the penalty kick. Corner kick. Grabara must have got a hand on it. Uche, but it goes right to Grabara. Basri taps up to Rodriguez for Galatasary. Almost dispossessed by Petrov. Untak has it. Rasmussen over to Win. Back to Untak. To Rasmussen. Gives it away to Kerma. Tollison up into space for Roberto. Is he going to try and do it all again this time? No, he's going to cross it in. Israel's there, and he puts it far post past Grabara. His 12th of the season, I want to say. I think that's Roberto's second assist of the game. We'll take a look at it here in a little bit. Rocket of a volley. Grabara didn't even move. Yeah, Roberto's second assist. Kerma on the throw-in. Roberto back to Kerma. Drops off Roberto in the box. Holds it up for Donk. I don't know what happened there. It looks like he kicked it and it bounced off Mullenby and went in. Either Mullenby or Untak. So there's Roberto. Kicks it for Dunk. Oh, Wijnal tried clearing it. And it bounced off Verdonk and went in. Nice curling kick there. Israel. Roberto and Grabara stops that. Yeah, Untak on goal. Kerma on the throw-in. Roberto ends up with the ball back to Kerma, to Petrov. Verdonk is there at 6-0. Holy smokes. Okay, you know what? We are going to be nice and go off the attack and just go to cautious. Then Untak, a hell of a shot, but it bounces wide. Furstein dispossesses the Galatasary player. Over to Roberto, up to Verdonk, and it is now 7-0. Okay. Team instructions. We are going to slow down. We are going to totally decrease the tempo. We are totally time waste. Dribble less. Be more disciplined. I'm not going to press as much. You know what? We'll skip this. It's... Tollefson gets the ball back after being dispossessed. Kerma to Malo. To Israel. He crosses it in off the post. Let me take a look here real quick at the analysis. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We were much more active on the wings, although my guys are really kind of playing inside there. They are playing really far back, and it is totally not helping them. Completely kicking all over the place here. Tollefson stops it from going out of bounds, gives it up to Malo, out to Kerma. Centers it back to Malo. Oh, he gives it away. Untak has it up to Rasmussen, and the highlight ends. Coming up on halftime, we are ahead 7-0. Barry Verdonk, 4 goals. Tollefson dispossessed by Basri, up to Suarez, back to Rasmussen. Over to Muslatin, dispossessed, but it goes to Rodriguez. Sends it up to Suarez, over to Wind. Suarez can't get there. Bates ends up with the ball after it's kicked back to him by Uche. Stevic to Uche, out to Israel, over to Furstein. Malo, out to Verdonk. Israel heads it down. Or Israel gets the header from Verdonk. Kermit ends up with the ball. Tollefson centers it. Verdonk is there, and that's his 5th. And we're on the cautious, too. Oh, we went to balanced. Yeah, I did go to balanced, but, you know, that makes plenty of sense. $8-0. You could make this up if you tried. And I'm still recording. Thank you. YouTube professional. You know, we're going to take Verdonk off and bring on Hurst. Tollefson. Corner kick in. Uche's there, and he scores off the header. It is a massacre in Granada. Israel, again the corner kick. Uche. Wow. That is 2 goals for him, like 5 minutes apart. 4 minutes apart. I swear, if this game glitches out now, it's... Oh. got the other goal? I thought Uche got the other goal. Kerma to Stevic. Petrov to Malo. Over to Israel. Blows by the defenders like they aren't even there. Centers it, and Roberto's there. 11-0. Holy cow. Kerma on the throw-in to Petrov. It seems like every highlight's been a score. And Malo scores. Good grief. 13-0. They're 12-0. Okay, I'm missing. Something happened with one of the goals there. It obviously didn't count. Maybe one of the Uche goals. Kerma's attempt to pass is bounced back all the way to Stevic. He gets it to Petrov, to Malo, out to Israel. Drops off to Furstein. Centers it back to Malo. Up to Furstein. Back to Malo. All along past towards Tollefson. And he takes the shot, but it bounces off the equipment. Okay, we are going to go to cautious. And then tactics-wise, we're going to get Uche off and bring on Thorup. And Spender can play defensive center back, right? Yeah, that's why I got him. We're going to bring Stevic off and bring on Spender. So as unexciting as the Juve game was, at least in the first half for this game totally makes up for it. Tollefson sends it in. Spender is there, but he heads it right to Grabara. Jessup gets the ball. Oh, I thought we were going to lose the clean sheet there. Bates, a very nice save. 33 shots we've had, 22 on target. 7 clear-cut chances, 4 half chances. Bates, another nice save. Furstein to Israel on the throw-in. Over to Petrov, back to Israel. Drives forward. Holds it up, crosses it in, knocked away. Tollefson's going to run that down, though. Left side of the box, baseline. Crosses it in again. Israel's there, but it's over the crossbar. Rodriguez for Galatasary. Sends it in, but it's knocked away. Jessup runs the ball down to Molenby. Roberto dispossesses him, passes it up to Hurst. He crosses it towards Tollefson. And he puts it far post. Lucky 13 for Hyen. Wow. We've got to be setting some sort of Champions League record here. Look at all the red on their side. Grabara's on a 5-2, Molenby a 5-8. And Hussein is off. Untak a 5-9. Rasmussen a 5-8. And a complete domination of Galatasaray. 13-0. Roberto a brace of goals. Barry Verdonk, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals. Israel a goal. Uche a goal. Hurst a goal. Malo a goal. Verdonk would have had a 6th, except Henry-Tak kicked it off of him and in. And Leipzig beat Juve. First, we are going to save this. PSG beat Celtic 1-0. Barcelona beat Zenit. Inter beat Genk. United dominated Hoffenheim. Leipzig did beat Juve 3-0. Madrid had issues with Zagreb, but they ended up winning 2-1. Arsenal drew with Copenhagen. Wow. We'll take a look at who got out of the group stages here in just a minute. Well, we owe Galatasaray because they drew with Juve. I don't know that beating them 13-0 is us repaying them back. The alarm on my watch is going off. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see what the press has to say. 13-0 hammering. Goal in the 15th minute, questionably ruled out for infringement. Okay, that was the Uche one that I thought counted but didn't. Dude, you are totally getting praised. Receive 1.07 million. Okay, so let's take a look. We qualified Leipzig qualified. Juve falls down to the Europa League. Galatasary at minus 28 goal differential. So if we look at all the groups, Schalke and Atletico qualified. Aberdeen goes to the Europa League. Porto finishes 4th. Monaco misses out. They go to the Europa League. Manchester and Benfica qualified. Liverpool and Lyon qualified out of their group. Bayern goes down to the Europa League. That's interesting. Betis and Napoli qualify. Marseille goes to the Europa League. PSG and Barcelona qualify. Celtic. That was a horror show of a group. Inter and Man United go through. We go through. Leipzig goes through. Madrid goes through. Arsenal goes through. Were there any really tough groups where it was kind of close? Group D, Betis and Napoli and Marseille. Marseille missed out probably because they lost to Napoli. That was the only one, really. Everyone else just kind of ran away with it. Holy cow. I know what I wanted to check. Biggest win, 13-0. Barry Verdonk tied with Lionel Messi for most goals in a match. 26 goals were the record. Of course, that 13 really helped. Overall goals, Victor Ruiz had 12. That is okay. So what we talked about earlier is what's going to happen now. We are going to go through all the way until the Copa del Rey matches sometime in January. We have a friendly against Cartagena, which I took because I didn't want all that time off in between games for the guys. We're not worried about the Super Copa. I mean, the board could care less about the Super Copa. It's not important. So we reach the first knockout round. We'll find out who we're playing when we come back. Holy cow. That was phenomenal. That's the only word I have for it. That was phenomenal. I wouldn't have expected that in my wildest dreams. Wow. Okay, well, on that note, if you did like what you've seen and heard, please have a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. A few friendly reminders to hit record next time would not be unappreciated. And I will see you next episode. My name is FM20.